It's a key place for new experimental art, more adventurous than most museums. It's about art and technology, but not in a kind of academic way, not like technology for technology's sake, but more like what happens to art when these new technologies, digital formats, when they really enter the art world. So my name is Daniel Birnbaum. I'm the director of Acute Art, a studio or laboratory, if you want, exploring art and technology. I was an academic. I studied philosophy and art history, and I started to write for friends, basically. I got very close to some artists and wrote their catalog essays, and at some point they wanted me to be involved with their exhibitions, and one thing led to another, and suddenly, without noticing, I was a curator, someone who helps artists to stage exhibitions. Now I'm involved. In a way, I'm going, I think, backwards and forwards at the same time, because Acute Art explores new technologies. It's about new visual possibilities introduced through augmented reality and virtual reality and other such technologies. But in a way, I also go back to where I began, because I work very directly with artists. It's not a big institution. It's a production site. It's a kind of atelier, and it's all about the artists and their vision. So in a way, I'm back to where it all began. I'm talking day in and day out with artists and trying to understand what it is they want to do.
The main idea is the artist, we should be more like a tool. As they have like a brush, they have their hands to create a sculpture. We are kind of that tool. When we start working in Acute Art, was interesting to see like Daniel's involvement, how he understand the artist and try to get from the artist what they were not able to do in their own media.
The idea was to approach important artists and see what would happen if they were given access to new visual technologies that they wouldn't normally maybe work with. We did a virtual reality piece with Jeff Koons and one with Marina Abramovic and one with Olafur Eliasson. What happens if very important artists who are well known for other reasons, not for collaborations with high-tech environments, what happens if they get access to this? Is it interesting? And we all thought it was very interesting. It was a great starting point.
When I think about VR, because there's this connection with the actual space, I think the idea of sharing experiences is quite interesting. Not just for art industry, but like for all the industries. It's like you create like something that physically you're not there, but in a virtual space, you are there together doing, can be exactly the same thing, reviewing a project or just experiencing like an art piece.
These technologies, AR and VR, are of course developed not only in the art world. They're everywhere. They will change entertainment, cinema, many other things. But in the art world, it's all relatively new, and they represent a certain challenge because it's not obvious how one would reach a big audience if you need headsets for every viewer. Of course, it's getting easier, and some of the experiences are relatively short, and in principle, one could have 100 headsets next to each other in a big space, and thousands of people could see a piece in a day. It's just like a different technology to kind of represent the world.
Hyundai Motor, connecting art and technology.